It's an undisputed fact that the Highlands of Scotland are world-renowned for their natural beauty and breathtaking scenery. They're also known for their rich culture and dramatic history, all of which can be found right here in the Upper Devon Valley. I'm here in North Queensferry. Just behind this iconic bridge is Edinburgh Airport, where some 12 million people take off or land every year. Bosses at Edinburgh Airport say that number is expected to rise by 3 million over the next few years, meaning that changes to the Edinburgh flight path is necessary. So I've come to Rosyth to meet the local MP, Douglas Chapman. This latest consultation hasn't really gone very smoothly, I believe. How genuine do you think the airport's Let's Go Further consultation is?
You can't always predict a crisis, but you can prepare for one. And that's what this video is all about. I'll be speaking to some of the key players in our organisation to establish the company's plans for dealing with emergencies and what we all need to do to be prepared. So can you tell me, to begin with, Nick, why is it important to have a business continuity plan in place?
Well, I think this day and age, none of us is immune from a crisis.
The need to address the climate emergency. Policymakers have stressed the requirement for a just transition which recognises that climate ambition and fairness must go hand in hand, and that success depends upon consensus. So we've come to Scotland's capital city to mark the 23rd year of the Pride March in Edinburgh and to ask the LGBT community if it still feels discrimination and hostility.
So it's a celebration, a protest, a bit of both? It's both, and I think it always will be both.
Australian and New Zealand firefighters are now working alongside emergency crews from the US Army, as well as full-time professionals in the battle to contain the fires spreading through the western states. Here's Jane McFarlane. Reinforcements have arrived, and not before time. 500 firefighters from Canada, New Zealand and Australia joined the almost 25,000 American firefighters currently attempting to contain fires in 11 western states. Jane McFarlane, ITN. It was to have been her last trip abroad before she settled down. Jane McFarlane reports. The funeral of Kirsty Jones, the British backpacker who was raped and murdered, is due to take place today. The 23-year-old will be buried this afternoon at St Billows Church in Powys, Mid Wales, 3 miles from where she grew up. But as Kirsty's funeral goes ahead, the hunt for her killer goes on. So far, the Thai police have failed to find her killer and have come under accusation that their investigations was bungling and shambolic. The chief police investigator was removed from the case for failing to make any progress. Jane McFarlane, ITN. 12-year-old Keith Bennett went missing in 1964, one of the victims of the Moors murders. His mother, Winnie Johnson, will never forgive or forget. Do you think that Myra will get her freedom?
Well, if she does, it'll be God help her, because she won't last 5 minutes. There's somebody who'll be waiting for her to kill her.
How many years after Keith was discovered missing did you find out that Ian Brady and Myra Hindley had something to do with it?
21 years afterwards.
Should Third World debt be cancelled? Some 50,000 people have converged here in Birmingham to lobby the meeting of world leaders at the G8 summit to urge them to do just that. As a government minister with a long-standing interest in Third World campaigning, what are your views on this Jubilee 2000 event?
I think it's completely fabulous that so many people have come to Birmingham, and they've come from every corner of the country.
These trees here in the Garden of Gethsemane are 2,600 years old. They're known to the locals as the witness trees, as they witnessed the betrayal and arrest of Jesus the night before his crucifixion.
So what exactly is the patron saint of liberal causes doing, putting God in the dock?
You're wildly dismissive of the Bible in your book, but surely some of these stories were written so that they would be understood by a wider audience.
And the Old Testament is a collection of mostly mythical stories written by different hands at different times. There's no one unifying author or editor of the Bible. And there are more miracles that take place in the Old Testament than in the New.